Okay, guys, I'm here. We are filming. Welcome to my kitchen. I'm Haley Pomeroy. I am your nutritionist. I am 5 times New York Times bestselling author, the author of the Fast Metabolism book, and most importantly, I'm here to answer some questions. Let me tell you, when we film, my team is usually here, and as they're here, they get questions that our community members ask us, and they pepper me with them on the break. So I said, don't do that. Let's turn the camera on. So shoot, what's your question?
Okay, this is from Janice. It's, what is your opinion on nightshades on inflammation?
Oh, okay. I get a lot of questions about nightshades and inflammation, especially because I'm very involved in a lot of autoimmune groups, having an autoimmune disorder myself. I talk a lot about that in Food RX. In the clinic, and this is being in a clinic where we can run labs and we look at things like C-reactive protein, homocysteine, aldolase, CK. I don't find that food group in all people creates an inflammatory response. I have a tendency to find more that there is like a little bit of an enzymatic deficiency, and so it's what we couple nightshades with. I really am a firm believer in, if your body feels like you have a reaction, then maybe we should avoid the food or look at why we can't break down the food. So in individuals that have said to me things like bell peppers or eggplants, they have an inflammatory response when they eat them. Yes, we can totally avoid those. We can pull them out. We can help and re-inoculate the body. But really what I seem to do is find where the enzymes are deficient, that they can't metabolize those nutrients, and that the phytonutrients in them can actually be beneficial. So we have this thing, it's called the Lemon Challenge test, and we also have a pH test. And both of those help to look at your digestive reserve and give some really great food and lifestyle tips to help support your enzymatic secretion. So I would say if you feel like you have an inflammatory response with nightshades, we want to look at which inflammatory pathways. So does it do things like create night sweats for you, or do you have hives related to that? Because those are two totally different hormone pathways. Do you find that it creates a joint inflammation? With joint inflammation, we look at things more like your lower GI, more probiotic support. When I find individuals that have hives with any food, but we'll call nightshade, since we're talking about it and it's inflammatory, it's more upper GI, well, actually more small intestine, so I'd call that middle GI. When I have individuals that say they do nightshades and they get more edema, so more actual pitting or swelling, their rings get tight, that's more what I'd call upper GI, more pancreatic digestive enzymes. And remember, the pancreas, although it's an organ, it actually has glandular tissue on it that secretes hormones. Both hormones like insulin, but also hormones like endorphins or feel-good hormones too, and also hormones that create or participate in anti-inflammatory. So no, I don't believe that all nightshades are bad and that all nightshades aren't pro-inflammatory. It's just whether you have a balance in your pro and anti-inflammatory enzymes / hormones that can help you digest nightshades. And because of their unique, I'm going to call it their hot. They create a lot of vasodilation, and in order to, when those phytonutrients come into the bloodstream, they naturally produce a lot of vasodilation and certain enzymatic secretions that if you're already on that metabolic dysfunction or that metabolic pathway, it can be a little bit of a catalyst. So instead of getting rid of a food, I'd like you to heal the body.